So welcome again to Study Abroad for Chicano Studies. Again, my name is Sam Lipiak. I'm an advisor with the UC Santa Barbara Education Abroad program. And today I'm just going to go into some specific information about studying abroad as a Chicano study major. If you're looking to learn about general study abroad topics, such as how to apply, housing, travel, and other things to consider, please attend one of our Friday info sessions. We offer Study Abroad 101 on Fridays at 2 p.m. and Costs and Scholarships on Fridays at 3 p.m. And those topics will not be covered in this presentation. So the focus of this meeting is just again to discuss specific advice about studying abroad as Chicano studies major. So I plan to cover why I think you should study abroad, what are some of the places you might consider going given your major, what courses or other internship or research experiences you might want to think about abroad, and how you can figure all of this out and where to find the resources you need. So first things first, I do want to address our pandemic situation and its impact on study abroad. Many of our UC-EAP programs for this current school year have been canceled, but we do still have about 200 students currently abroad and are preparing to send more abroad for winter and spring quarters. We certainly hope that all of our programs for next year are going to run as normal, but obviously we can't really guarantee anything. The only thing we can guarantee is that if you don't apply and, for the study abroad experience, you will definitely be shutting yourself out. So applying is free, and we go ahead and take the risk, because even if you get accepted into a program and it ends up being canceled, all of your UC-EAP funds will be refunded. So go ahead, take the risk and apply. So now we're going to talk about why I think you should study abroad as a Chicano studies major. By taking major classes abroad, you can ensure that you will graduate on time or sometimes even early. So you can take coursework for your major while you're abroad. I also assume that you chose your major because it interests you, and why don't you pursue that interest in another setting that will offer you a new perspective? You might even find classes abroad that aren't even offered here at UC Santa Barbara. So you can really gain a new perspective on your major and any of your academic interests by going abroad. In addition, just to coursework, you can also find internship or research experiences abroad. Internships are great for getting pre-professional experience abroad and killing two birds with one stone almost. And research experience abroad is great if you're interested in grad school or even for like a senior project or senior thesis as well. And lastly, you will also just make yourself more marketable by studying abroad. Like, you're going to graduate with a degree from a great university, UC Santa Barbara, but you'll be able to distinguish yourself from your peers when you look for that first job or applying for grad school because of your study abroad experience. So here's a quote from Chelsea, who was a Chicano studies major who went to Chile. Here in this quote, she cites the importance of getting outside your comfort zone by going abroad and how that's important for like personal and academic growth. I'll just read this quote really quickly. She says, "No matter how daunting it might seem to be gone for so long in an unknown place without knowing what to expect, you'll be surprised by how much you learn. It is important to put yourself in a different environment and learn to thrive outside of your comfort zone." And I remember exactly from my own study abroad experience in Mexico, I felt the same exact way. It was a new experience for me, new environment, and it really helped me grow as a person and as a student. So if you want to learn more about Chelsea's experience or any other student experiences from Chicano studies, as well as just any other student experiences, you can check out student experiences on our blog as well as on our YouTube channel. So now we can talk about where you should go. You have lots of different choices for where you can study abroad. We work primarily or exclusively, with UC-EAP, which offers over 150 programs in over 40 different countries. So to search for program possibilities as a Chicano studies major, you should go to the UC Education Abroad program website, which is what you see here on the screen. This is where you will find all of the University of California Study Abroad programs and their details. To sort through the different options, I recommend that you would click the Find a Program button, which you can see circled on the screen. Without narrowing your search, you'll find, again, over 150 different programs. By first identifying the discipline area and then the specific subject area, you can start to narrow down the list of possible programs. You can then further narrow down the choices by selecting the language the courses are taught in or the term or experience type that the program is offered. So you can really play around with all of these different filters and explore the different possibilities for study abroad. And although you can study anywhere in the world, historically, many Chicano studies majors prefer studying in one of these countries, Mexico, Spain, or Chile. There's a variety of programs offered in these three countries, ranging from regular immersion programs where you're attending a host university and taking classes alongside local students, or language and culture programs that are more focused on just building your language skills. So you can definitely find a program that best fits your needs. While taking coursework in Spanish as a Chicano studies major is highly recommended, there are also opportunities to take coursework in English as well. And again, although many Chicano studies majors study abroad in these countries, you aren't limited here. We've even sent Chicano studies majors to Italy and even some countries in Africa. So as long as the coursework you want to take is available in a country, you can go to it. So in addition to taking coursework relevant to your major, I also highly recommend that you consider doing an internship abroad. This is a great way to get pre-professional experience, and it offers you a unique way to better get to know your host community. Many of our study abroad programs integrate internships into them for academic credit, but you can also most of our immersion programs as well will allow you to arrange your own internship with assistance from your study center. So you can almost intern anywhere in the world. And again, here on the screen is just pictures of past students and different internships they've had. So you can see there is a wide range of possibilities that you can get an internship in. You can also do research related to Chicano studies as well. Many immersion programs also have the opportunity for you to add research on top of your coursework, but there are also programs designed entirely for you to design and conduct a research project abroad, such as the Field Research in Mexico program, where you will work with a mentor and design a project of your own choosing and the subject of your choice. So it's a really great option, again, for anyone wishing to go to grad school or for conducting research in the private sector as well. So now let's take at some other additional resources that we have for you. The screenshot you see on the screen is now from the UCSB EAP website, which is different from the UC EAP website we just looked at. The UC EAP website has all of the program-specific information, whereas the UCSB EAP website has all of the campus-specific info for study abroad. One thing we really like students to look at is their major page, which you can find by first clicking the Academics tab at the top. You'll find a drop-down menu that will take you to a few different options, one of which is a by major page. You can go ahead and click that and see all of the different major pages for UC Santa Barbara. So that's what this by major page looks like. To look for Chicano studies, and want to look at the top, it's all organized alphabetically. So Chicano studies is there in the second row. So here's what that page for Chicano studies looks like. This is where you'll find specific advice from your department, particularly on like what kinds of classes you should take abroad, whether it's any specific coursework or, you know, if they recommend you take elective courses abroad. All of that sort of information will be here on this page. So another excellent source of information about coursework that Chicano studies have taken abroad, specifically from UC Santa Barbara, is our Gaucho Credit Abroad database. This is also found on our UCSB EAP website under the Academics tab. This database shows the type of credit UCSB students have received for courses that they've taken while abroad on a UC EAP program. So when you go to this database and search for Chicano studies and courses that people have taken for major credit, you're going to find over 180 different course results. So this can really be helpful if you're wondering what programs might offer courses in your major, or if there's any specific classes that will be counted for your major. You want to keep in mind, however, that this is just a historical database of what has been done. It doesn't tell you what will be offered when you go abroad. It doesn't mean that you'll get credit for them again, but it is still a great reference for you when trying to determine a program. Gaucho Credit Abroad tells you what UCSB students have taken and what type of credit they received at UC Santa Barbara for those courses. A broader resource is the EAP course catalog. So this contains courses by all UC students on UC EAP, not just UC Santa Barbara students, and it provides a little bit of different information. So unfortunately, the UC EAP course catalog does not show classes specifically for Chicano studies, since it is an interdisciplinary major. However, it does include information on various other related subjects to Chicano studies. So you should still browse the catalog and maybe look at sociology or political science or anything else that's kind of relevant to Chicano studies and see what types of coursework are available in this catalog. Again, just like Gaucho Credit Abroad, this is a historical database that just reflects what has been done, not necessarily what you can do. New programs from UC EAP are added every year, and there might not be any historic data for any of them. So at this point, you're probably wondering where you can go to get the most accurate information about the courses you might want to take abroad. For that, you will want to go to the UC EAP website and go to the program page for the specific program that interests you. On that program page, there is an academics tab on the left, and there is a catalogs and resources section within that academics tab. You will find accurate course information there, which will include the number of courses and credits you will be expected to take, or if your program has predetermined coursework for you, it will list those courses. If it is a host university program, such as this one for Lund University in Sweden, again, you will have that catalogs and resources section where you can link to the host university's course catalog and browse what their offerings are. So we've covered a lot about the resources you can use to search for UC EAP programs and programs that offer courses in Chicano studies, and where to find information about courses that students have taken in the past. Now we should talk briefly about how you can get major credit for your UC EAP courses. So first of all, you should know that all of the courses you take on UC EAP will count automatically, they will automatically come back on your transcript and count towards your graduation requirements. There's nothing you need to do for that to happen. However, getting credit towards major or minor requirements for a course is not automatic. So first, you must take appropriate courses and get approval from your major department. And you'll typically have to petition for that when you come back from abroad. So you always want to meet with your major advisor and just go over the coursework you want to take abroad to make sure you'll have a smooth petition process when you come back. I also want to remind you that you don't need to take major coursework while abroad as long as you'll still graduate on time. Many students fulfill their major requirements here at UCSB before going abroad. Sometimes you might just be going for a summer abroad where you can take whatever classes you want. So just make sure that if you don't want to take major courses abroad, that it fits in with your academic plan. Again, your major coursework must be upper division and taken for a letter grade. Again, you should communicate with your major advisor before you go and even maybe while you are abroad. What you plan to take and what you will actually enroll in abroad will probably be two different things. There's a course you might be really interested in that you find out once you get abroad isn't actually being offered, or you may change your mind, or there may be a scheduling conflict. There's a few different reasons why your planned courses might change. So that's why it's very important that you do your planning and pick a program that will work for you and allow you to be adaptable with what you can take. For example, if you go to a host university that has a Chicano Studies department offering a variety of courses, it probably won't matter if you decide to take a different course from the one you originally planned, because they might offer a bunch of different courses that will still work for you. But there might be more universities that don't have that specific department, and you might be taking courses across different departments at that host university, in which case you want to absolutely double check with your major advisor to make sure that you're taking the appropriate classes. Again, finally, getting official approval for major credit for a course that you took abroad happens after you've returned and after your grades have come back from UCEAP and you petition your academic department. So make sure after coming back from abroad, you keep your syllabus and course descriptions and all of your coursework to have that will help support your petition. So you may be feeling a little overwhelmed at this point because I've just presented a lot of information and not a lot of it is straightforward. There's different websites and different databases I've talked about. And if you are feeling overwhelmed, like, you're right, and I absolutely apologize for that. The reality is that UCEAP offers a wide range of programs, different types, different terms, different countries and languages, and different university systems. These programs are for all UC students for all 9 campuses, and new ones come and go every single year. So you have lots of choices, and we can't just simply say, oh, you're a Chicano Studies major, go to Mexico City, take these classes, and they will count. So the good news, though, is that we are here to help you guys. Our UCSB EAP office is open for business both in person and virtually with regional advisors like myself, as well as student peer advisors ready to help you with answering any of your questions and helping you along your study abroad process. So please come by our office and see us. So just some quick final words of wisdom. Start your planning now, regardless of, if you're maybe a freshman or even a graduating senior. You definitely just want to start planning now. So that way you have the most options available to you and you can pick the program that best meets your needs. You can attend more virtual info meetings. We have plenty for different countries all going on this month. So they're all posted on our website calendar and you should definitely check those out. Excuse me. You also want to consult with your advisors, both your academic department advisors, maybe your college advisors if you have general ed questions, and our campus advisors here for EAP. Again, my last tip is don't miss out. Go ahead and apply, because if you don't apply, you definitely won't go. Even with the fluidity of COVID and programs, do have the possibility of being canceled, you still want to apply because you still might go abroad and we really want you guys to. So again, applying is free and we really want you guys to, so go ahead and do it. Again, this can be your classroom. You can have the adventure of a lifetime while still taking classes and being on track to graduate. Study abroad is a wonderful experience. It was definitely the best decision I made as a college student. And I really recommend you guys all take advantage of it.